Banggood has sent me this box. This contains an Acrobatic RC Airplane. It doesn't have all the electronics, so we have to put the servos, motors, and all of that to make it work. So let's open it and see what we can do with this. So first let's open the box and see what's in there. We have everything we need to put this airplane together except the electronics. If we take out the canopy and look inside, we can see that it has a lot of space, enough for putting a big battery. The canopy is attached to the fuselage using magnets. That's a nice touch. And the motor base is made out of metal, so it's very strong. There is also a Velcro belt included in case you don't have one, so you can strap your batteries. And now let's make a fit test to see how it will look. Also, the ailerons and all the control surfaces have a lot of movement, so we can do a lot of maneuvers. And this is sort of the way it should look like when we finish it. This is the motor that I'm going to use. I was using it before in one of my gliders, and it's one of the sizes that is recommended on the description page on the Banggood's product. It's preferred to be a real axle motor because you have to put it in the inside of the airplane. So I start mounting the motor and putting everything together in this airplane. When I put the propeller, I noticed that it was touching a little bit the nose of the airplane, so I had to cut it down a little bit. Placing the servos is very easy because the space for the servos in the wing is exactly for 9-gram servos, so they fit exactly. And in this plastic bag you will find all the hardware you will need, like control horns, also push rods and other stuff. I cut down one corner of the control horns of the ailerons so they can bend even more. And I do this in the control surfaces so they move smoothly. Time to put the push rods. Sometimes they're too long, so you have to cut them. And when you have to glue this panel, just make sure not to put glue where the main spar is going. And here you can see the symmetrical airfoil that this airplane uses. Our airplane is taking shape, but now we have to put the rest of the servos. The landing gear have to go this way, with the angle backwards. And I really recommend using glue like epoxy or any other kind of glue to fix the landing gear in place and not just rely on the piece of plywood it's included in the kit. I say this because the landing gear will be subject to very hard forces. And when we go out and fly, you will see why. These two rubber bands are to secure the wings in place after you mount them to the fuselage. I'm just making the last details. I'm connecting all the electronics and then it's time to set up the radio. Alright, we are ready. I have to recharge the batteries and go out and fly. It's important to use a good combination between motor, propeller, and batteries. In my case, the combination that I'm using works best with the 4S battery. I get more power to make a lot of maneuvers and fly fast. And now it is really time for flying. I really liked this airplane from the beginning. It's really acrobatic and it flies fast. It's completely recommended for people who want to have more fun and are willing to step up the flying experience from the beginner stage. However, I do not recommend it for people who are starting to fly and as a beginner airplane. You need more experience to fly this airplane. At some point of this flying session, I had the problem with the landing gear, so I had to throw it with my hand for the rest of the flights. That's why I told you to use glue. Other than that, it's great. Well, if you want to buy this airplane, I will leave the link in the description below. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss more videos, and I'll see you in the next project.